Hello, welcome to September's Clean Slate. I think I'm going to work on this layout. I'm being drawn to these colors. So, anyways, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I have not made any decisions on that yet. So, yeah, we're just going to dive right in and get started. I believe that this tissue paper, which does have kind of a shiny side to it, so I'm putting that shiny side down, but I think it was gifted to me. I'm not quite sure, but I love this just hint of imagery that comes out when you put it up against something white. And I really just tore that up, was concentrating on the swirly pieces areas, and then discovered there was a lot more texture there when I took what I thought was just plain tissue. To get some of that texture, I was going to lay that down and joyfully found that there was actually more imagery on that tissue paper. So it was kind of like a surprise and fun. I'm just loving how I'm getting that color that's on the left-hand page just kind of peeking through that tissue. Just lovely. To feel all right. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always party for money? When you can get rich for trying to see the upside. So now that I got that, what I thought was the clear or the regular tissue down, I'm going over the top of that with the tissue that has the spirals in it, just so they are more visible. I did want them to get to peek through. So I'm coming in with this turquoise acrylic paint and cosmetic wedge and applying that paint down, and then coming over that with that Elizabeth St. Hilaire mask peacock abstraction, and going to remove that with the baby wipe. So some elimination stenciling for it had some of those same wonderful sketchy type circular marks or images, and I really liked how it kind of mirrored, not fully mirrored, but you know, it was similar to the swirls that was in the tissue paper. And then doing some of the same technique using just white gesso and pulling that back and mimicking that. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always party for money? When you can get rich for trying to see the upside. So you may not have caught that on that left-hand page before I started collaging anything down, there was a bit of bright green in there and I wasn't quite sure what it was, but I really lost some of it when I collaged and then added the paint and gesso. So I wanted to bring some of that back, and like I said, I couldn't remember what paint was down on that. And so I grabbed my Liquitex acrylic ink in lime green because it seems to work for any of the greens on the bright side. Even though it doesn't match perfectly, it does mimic that bright green color, and I think it worked really well. So I just apply that a little bit with the nozzle and then kind of smear it with my finger. And using that same smearing technique, I'm going to do the same thing with this cobalt turquoise hue acrylic paint in just random areas. So I pulled out some papers. Some of these were gifted to me by Kristen Van Valkenburg quite a long while ago, and one of them is a Happy Mail from her as well, and then some of these are papers from Somerset Studio Magazine. And I'm just trying to figure out, they all kind of matched in color value or colors, and I was thinking about how I could possibly use them. Eventually I kind of came down to just a couple, and then of course just a couple of areas of them that matched better just because some of them were too busy. Now this paper is really interesting. So she just took a piece of copy paper and put gesso on both sides of it, and then she did some color work, or possibly first she did some added down gel bead medium over the entire page, one side of the entire page, and then she added some of the Bria Reese iridescent, I think it's the glitter. It's very fine glitter. It just kind of makes it shiny, and then added some of the color to it. And then she gifted this to me, and it is the neatest stuff. It almost feels like heavy fabric, but it's paper with medium on it. Anyways, it's really awesome. It catches light beautifully. It's a little hard to cut though. after adding a little bit of my beloved threads, I went in with some more of that acrylic paint in the teal or the turquoise, and because there was this flash of white in that corner, so I felt like it needed a little bit more color there. So I went in and did the same treatment that I did with the stencil, and then I went around the edge with some black soot distress archival ink, and then just smudged it a bit with my finger. And now I'm coming in and doing some shadowing with the Stabilo All pencil.
We don't need someone to feel alright.